Hi everyone, I'm nocommentchick, and we are live. What you're looking at right now is both houses of Congress. We see RFK. We see there's Amy Klobuchar. So now, normally around this time of year, a president would be giving the State of the Union. This is not the State of the Union. This is an address. I don't know why there's Hexeth. I don't know why it's like this, but it's there's another name for this. Let's see if the AP is what the AP is calling this. Delivers a speech in front of Congress. I think it's like dual chamber or dual like a joint session of Congress. It's a speech to the joint session of Congress. I don't know why there's like less pomp and circumstances on the first one of these speeches, but that's what we got going on. What's up, Narwhal? What's up, Jill? Very skibbity of the government. Yeah, indeed. So if you're just popping in here, you're going to find a hard time talking. That is because you got to subscribe to the channel to show that you really like us. And then you got to wait 5 minutes to let us know that you're not some kind of troll or bot or, werewolf or vampire. We don't want any of those. We don't want to deal with any of those, all right? So we got some protections to make sure that this live stream on Shorts here does not go off the rails. I am streaming on Shorts. I am only streaming on Shorts, so you're getting me exclusive tonight. But yeah, sorry if you have to wait 5 minutes to talk. That is just the cost of doing business in here. Just so that we have... I'm trying to be nice to my mods, right? But yeah, this is the plan. We're going to start off on Shorts. I will bring up the YouTube and the Twitch stream when we're done with this speech. And we'll continue from there. We got more after this. All right, so we're going to start off watching this speech to the joint session. Then we've got... Hassan has been unbanned, right? After this, on the long stream, on the full scale stream, on whatever you want to call it, the horizontal stream, if you want to say it that way, right? The regular stream, if you're a fan of the regular show. I don't know. Chat. Like, you'll be telling me I'm not cool, and I'll be saying, how about now, chat? And you'll say I'm still not cool. Obviously still not cool. But yeah, they're milling about. They're milling about. Our gerontocracy. Look at this. These people run our country. And what is the average age in here? Like, it's got to be like 70. Look at that. I mean, look, I'm not trying to hate on people for being elderly. It just kind of sucks that... Oh no, there's JD Vance. Is that a thumbs up? He's got the... No. What is he doing? No, he's just... Okay. I thought he was doing the double thumbs up for a second there. No, he's doing his... He's trying to do his Trump hands. So yeah, we got the vice president, who is the... What do they call that? The president pro tempore of the Senate is the vice president. Breaks the tie vote. Breaks, in case of a tie, breaks the tie with his vote. We got MAGA Mike Johnson standing there next to him. A lot of times in these speeches, you'll see the opposition party standing behind the president. If you remember, famously, Nancy Pelosi with her very sarcastic clap. Didn't Nancy Pelosi do some other stuff too? I feel like I remember her tearing up a piece of paper. JD Vance will not be doing any of that tonight. He might, and let's hope he's not going to do anything too wild, right? I don't see a couch back there, so... I don't know, chat. He might try to have sex with the furniture. It's JD Vance. He might drink a racist Mountain Dew. He might apply more eyeliner. He and MAGA Mike might, be accountability partners to each other as far as making sure that neither of them are looking at porn. Pornography. during the session, right? That they've got an app for that apparently. But yeah, there's not going to be the kind of shenanigans that you would have if you had a member of the opposition standing behind Trump, because we don't have any members of the opposition right now. We have a Republican House, a Republican Senate, a Republican president, a Republican judiciary, and even then, chat, Trump is clawing for more power. He doesn't want to have to test out his hold on the House of Representatives and the Senate in terms of trying to get any of his agenda through the legislature. Instead, he's opted to use executive orders and
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
Possibly illegal Doge Commission. So there he is. There's our big boy, chat. There's the man of the hour. It's the Donald. What is Hassan calling this guy now? Hassan's got a theory that Donald Trump is a Maoist third worldist, and he's trying to wreck the United States for the benefit of China. We're going to get into some Hassan later tonight. If you stick around with us longer, past the short stream, there's Lauren Beetlejuice Boebert. Oh my God, she's wearing a Wilman Flintstone. Look at that shit. She's going to take a presidential selfie right there. Yeah, this is gross, chat. I bet it smells in there. Have you ever been to, like, a church or something like that where, you know, the average age is about, 70 and people are kind of crowded together and you get just like a sort of a smell starts to pervade the pews. And this is, I'm guessing, very much the same. They're packed very close together. Sweaty gerontocracy. There's Marjorie Taylor Greene, Marjorie Titan Greene. I don't know who that guy is. He's showing Trump a picture? I don't know. Is that his family? Oh wait, that's what's her fuck? Oh my, that's Nancy Mace. They really do try to copy each other. Like there's a certain kind of Republican woman in the House that it's just loosely based, maybe originally on Marjorie Taylor Greene. Then you had Lauren Boebert. Now you have Nancy Mace. They're kind of vying for the same lane. And I mean, you do have cat fights, at least between Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert. I haven't seen Nancy Mace throw down with any Republican legislators yet, but I wouldn't be surprised. There's Justice John Roberts, who may be very shortly deciding on a number of the legality of a number of Trump's attempted power grabs. And then Donald Trump and his administration in turn will decide if they want to even listen to the court, because they have tossed around the idea of just ignoring the court and saying, what are you going to do? Send the marshals? The marshals work for the Justice Department. That would be what we call a constitutional crisis. And ever since the beginning of this guy's second term, we've been on the verge of a constitutional crisis. Here, I should probably, I realize as I'm yapping, I'm not really looking at chat. How are you doing, chat? Maoist third worldist Trump is crazy, yes. It smells like Ben Gay. What does Ben Gay do? Is it for joints and stuff? Is it for stiff joints? Her hair is much smaller now. Who, Nancy Mace or, yeah, John Dong, yeah, something like that. JD Pong or something? I can't remember. But yeah, the idea that Trump is a literal Manchurian candidate working for... You made it to a shorts live. Yes, you did, Hot Ham Radio. USA. NCC. 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 Say it, chat. You gotta say it like Elon, though. USA. USA. Well, I got my coffee. I got my orange. I think I'm ready to go. I got my snacks. I hope you got your tea and snacks too, chat. We're about to buckle in for a night of this guy's antics. The most corrupt administration, the most corrupt president, the most corrupt government in the history of the United States is here for us tonight for our entertainment. And I mean entertainment in the same way as like a horror movie, right? It's not entertaining like it's not exactly a comedy, although there are comedic moments, but it's like Freddy Krueger comedy. Like he makes a joke before he kills you, you know, it's that kind of thing. And they are looking to kill lots of Americans with the cuts that they've got for Medicare, for food stamps, for Medicaid, like threatening, if you listen to Elon Musk, threatening Social Security. These fuckers want all of us to die. Much like a Bond villain. Something about wearing a MAGA hat in, like, I don't know, a formal setting is just a little bit... See, if it was Zelensky, if Zelensky was wearing a baseball cap, we'd have problems. Like, have you even thanked the president? Have you even kissed his ass yet? Oh, here, let's turn him up. Let's turn him up. See what you got to say. Is it JD Pong Don or something? JD Pong Don? Have I got it? That's his Chinese name.
Lady of the United States.
The presidential family of mutants. And no, not the cool kind like X-Men.
Members of the United States Congress, thank you very much. And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
So you can see a little bit more than half of the room is standing up and clapping, chanting jingoistically USA. The other side, not so much. Now, some of those people are the justices sitting on the other side. I feel like a lot of the Democrats have decided not to attend this.
Dome of this Capitol and proclaim the dawn of the golden age of America.
So as we say golden age of America,
It has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action.
yes, and crashing stock values.
In the history of our country.
Now they're a freaking communist
We've
invading
accomplished
radicals.
more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years.
More in terms of tearing down
Started.
the United States. To the benefit, probably, of every other major world power. China's not mad at dissolving U.S. aid, right?
I return
Russia's not mad
tonight to
about him canceling aid to Ukraine.
momentum is back. Our spirit is back. Our pride is back.
Yeah, just look at those stock prices.
back. And the
Our
American
inflation is back.
bigger and
Inflation is back.
ever before.
So yeah, it didn't take long to reverse the course of downward trend to inflation.
And our country is on the verge of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed.
They're on the verge of a recession is what they're...
Witness again.
No, and we have witnessed. This is very much like Herbert Hoover, Chad. If you want to find a historical precedent for what Trump is doing to the country,
Presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen.
it was a 1.5% victory. 1.5%.
312 votes.
Look, this is the lowest margin of victory that a president has had without actually losing the popular vote. Right, you'd have to compare him to George W. Bush's first term, in which he lost the popular vote, or his own first term where he lost the popular vote. Yeah, he won the popular vote at it's at 49%, margin of 1.5. They're pointing. Look at this. Look at this. They're pointing at the Democrats. Yeah, keep saying USA as the country turns against you fuckers.
2,700 to 525 on a map that reads almost completely red for...
Again, if only land could vote, right? If only land could vote, Donald Trump would have won in a landslide. Unfortunately, people vote.
More Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing... 27
X to doubt. X to doubt. I don't know if he's using old polling information or just bad polling information, or if he's just pulling shit out of his ass, right? But no, he's already underwater, chat. His honeymoon lasted, I don't know, 2 weeks.
Single largest 1 month gain ever recorded.
Mr. President.
Mr. President, wait, what's going on? Why is he saying Mr. President? Are they mad at the Democrats for...
To uphold and maintain the...
Oh, God, this is ugly. This is ugly. MAGA Mike's going to keep him honest. Just like he keeps his son honest with that weird app where he's notified if his son looks at porn. I haven't seen... Okay, I have not seen... Are the Democrats doing something? They're acting like the Democrats are out of line here, but they're just... like sitting there. Much to my consternation, I wish the Democrats would do something. I don't know what, if they should show, if the Democrats are, if there's somebody in the Democrats being disruptive, I'd like to see it, right? And I would probably be like, that's my presidential candidate right there.
Take your seat, sir. Take your seat.
Oh, he stood up. He stood up. That's what is going on. Are they going to take him out? Are they going to remove him?
And concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the sergeant at arms to restore...
What did he do? Wait, what did he actually do? Wow. Narwhal by nature became a member. Oh, they're gonna sing na 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 na. They tried to. They started a... They don't remember the rest of the song. So yeah, they're literally removing a sitting, I believe, U.S. congressman. Is that... Can anybody help me?
Hold and maintain decorum in the House. Mr. President, you continue.
Twice as loud as the video. Okay, let's turn that down.
Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders.
Is that better?
And taken more than 400 executive actions, a record to restore common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth.
Restore common sense by seizing power for the executive branch.
To do the job, and I'm doing it.
If the job is destroying the democracy, then I guess so, yeah. I'm not sure that's what people voted for. I'm not sure if people voted for higher egg prices, Don. I'm not sure if people voted for higher gas prices. I'm not sure if people voted to have their medical care taken away. You tried this once before in 2017. It didn't go well.
That the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful.
It's very much his presidency.
Of our nation.
This is the unitary executive theory at work. A man that believes that the president should be like a CEO. A president should be someone with unlimited authority, right? This is something that Nixon fucked around with.
Is that, do you know who number 2 is? George Washington. How about that? I don't know about that list, but we'll take it. Within hours of taking the oath of office, I declared a national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and Border Patrol to repel the invasion of our country.
So in any fascist government, you got to have a big enemy.
Illegal border crossings.
You got to, and if one doesn't exist, you got to make one up. You got to act like we're under threat from immigrants, when in reality, the threat's standing right there. And if none of these people on the side that's clapping grow a fucking pair, grow a spine, they're going to lose badly in the midterm elections.
In comparison,
And that's a game that he doesn't want to play. The one check on this president is an impeachment, a successful impeachment. Usually that wouldn't happen because you've got to control a lot of the, you've got to control the House and a lot of the Senate. And usually that wouldn't be within reach, but like, we'll see how bad he can make the economy.
This is my 5th such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile.
Is that why you're not looking at them?
I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations.
A disease like COVID?
Answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stopping,
Or maybe a disease like the bird flu.
Ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and
Donald Trump,
will not cheer for these.
there are hundreds of thousands of Americans who are dead right now because of your mismanagement of the last disease that came through our population.
It just shouldn't be this way.
How's the volume, chat? How's the volume going? Yeah, measles. Yeah, does he really want to talk about disease? Narwhal, are we good on volume? Non-stop gaslighting is right.
For just this one night, why not join us in celebrating so many incredible wins for America? For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
Which wins are you talking about? Are you talking about the plane crashes? Are those the wins that we should be celebrating? Or should we be celebrating losing our health care? Should we be celebrating not getting Social Security checks on time? Should we be celebrating not having like free tax forms closed down?
Today, my administration is fighting to deliver the change America needs to bring a future that America deserves, and we're doing it.
I mean, again, J.D. Pondon, he's a Maoist third worldist. This guy doesn't like America.
An immediate freeze on all federal hiring.
He's gonna take the treats away from the labor aristocracy in the imperial core. J.D. Pondon, the Manchurian candidate. Here he is. We've eliminated America's soft power.
Green New Scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was
It's very unfair. Saving the Earth? That's unfair. That's totally unfair. No, we should all suffer. We should all with higher cancer rates.
Health Organization.
Again, you want to suffer.
And I also withdrew from the anti-American UN Human Rights Council.
Yeah, anti-human rights. There we go. There we go. This is the face of fascism.
We ended all of Biden's environment.
Look at these scumbags.
We're making our country far less safe and totally unaffordable.
Look at these cowards. Half of these Republicans, they don't even believe in what he's saying. They're scared of him. They're scared of Elon dropping millions of dollars
Saving our auto workers and companies from economic.
to defeat them in their next election. And they should be more afraid of their constituents because they are going to be kicked the fuck out. Like, how many of these Republicans are not going to be here in 2027?
Our economy. I have directed that for every one new regulation, 10 old regulations must be eliminated, just like I did in my very successful first term. And in that first term, we set records on ending unnecessary rules and regulations like no other president had done before. We ordered all federal workers to return to the office. They will either show up for work.
Yeah, Americans love that. Americans love that shit. They love the tyranny of their boss. Look, this guy just hates workers, right? He hates that you can be productive working from home.
is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me.
You should try not breaking the law.
Not too good. Not too good.
Yeah, you can blame Merrick Garland for that. You can blame, honestly, Joe Biden for picking Merrick Garland. How did that work out for you?
And I have stopped all government censorship and brought back free.
Oh no, they're doing a lot more government censorship. People are afraid this guy's going to shut them down. They're censoring themselves, like the Washington Post. They're censoring themselves in advance. Like, there's this free speech shit is such dog shit.
Official language of the United States of America.
Again, a fucking edict that doesn't matter. Yes, people speak English in the United States of America. We don't need to reify that in...
Gulf of Mexico.
Oh my God. Again, useless. He's wasting your tax dollars with this meaningless shit. Who cares what the fucking body of water is called?
I renamed for a great president, William McKinley, Mount McKinley again.
He's got a weird fetish with William McKinley.
Beautiful Alaska. We love Alaska.
McKinley, if you don't know, was the president during the first, not golden age.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
What was it called? The gold.
The entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military. And our country will be woke no longer.
Woke no more. Oh my God. Golden. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the age of the robber barons, right? He talks about us being really wealthy during the McKinley administration. If you're a robber baron, if you're one of the richest people in the world, you were really wealthy. If not, you were miserable. You were suffering. You were being exploited and used, and your life was being quashed by those robber barons. So he's brought that. He definitely has brought back the age of the oligarch. What is this called, Chad? I can't remember. The golden...
And the Supreme Court, in a brave and
Gilded Age, thank you.
decision, has allowed us to do so.
Golden shower.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We have removed the poison of critical race theory from our public schools, and I signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Those aren't genders. Those are sexes. And there's not two sexes, by the way. Humans actually come in a lot more varieties than that, and I'm talking about biologically.
Men from playing in women's sports. Three years ago, Peyton McNabb was an all-star high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports. But when her girls' volleyball match was invaded by a male, he smashed the ball so hard in Peyton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side, and ending her athletic career. It was a shot.
He's trying to find a Lakin Riley
Never seen anything like it.
for trans people in sports.
Tonight in the gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team, or they will lose all federal.
So what he's saying is that trans people aren't allowed to participate in sports. Where have we heard that shit before? Where a class or group of people is segregated from participating with the rest in sports. And with some of the same arguments that you're hearing now against trans people in sports. Unfortunately, though, this isn't just something you're going to hear from right-wingers like, oh my God.
And if you really want to
We're going to hear this later tonight from TYT as well.
what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting, track and field, swimming, or cycling, where a male recently finished a long-distance race 5 hours and 14 minutes ahead of a woman for a new record by 5 hours.
You know, this shit is not going to be as cute
It's demeaning for women.
when people can't afford their groceries.
We're not going to put up with it any longer.
Like him talking, this is a huge distraction that he's doing here. Talking about like the 10 trans people participating in NCAA sports, right? When people are out there starving, when he cuts food stamps, when he cuts SNAP.
What I have just described is only a small fraction of the common sense revolution that is now, because of us, sweeping the entire world. Common sense has become a common theme, and we will never go back. Never. Never going to let that happen.
So when he says common sense, he's talking about people that don't know anything,
Priorities is to
like about sports science,
get dramatic and
like about things like hormones that affect your ability to retain skeletal muscle. That science is not going to enter into this discussion. Oh God, when we talk about economics, no, he's doing inflation. He's driving up energy prices right now. Right now, this guy's sending that shit through the roof. If you don't want prices to be high, don't get into a trade war with Canada, Mexico, and China.
But perhaps even in the history of our country, they're not sure. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this damage and make America affordable again.
He's raised inflation. Inflation is back on the rise again. Biden had it going down for all, for all of Biden's faults. Inflation was going down under him. Now it's going back up, and it's going to go way the fuck up with these tariffs.
Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control. The egg prices
have never been higher. Have never been higher than they are right now. And they're going up.
Secretary, do a good job on that. You inherited a total mess from the previous.
Now, don't get hung up on the egg prices thing, because that's just one marker, right? Yeah, eggs are particularly expensive. There's a bird flu situation where they've killed off a lot of chickens, and so right now the egg prices are even higher. Eventually, they're going to breed more chickens, and it's going to get back to normal. So, but that's not going to mean that groceries are affordable. So don't focus too much on eggs, right? Because that's going to go up, and then it's going to come down. But overall, groceries, staples, things that you need, cars, housing, all that shit's going up under Trump because of his shitty
and frankly, we
policies.
Have never seen anything like it. That's why on my first day in office, I declared a national energy emergency. As you've heard me say many times, we have more liquid gold under our feet than any nation on earth, and by far. And now I fully authorize the most talented team ever assembled to go and get it. It's called Drill, Baby, Drill. My administration is also working on a gigantic natural gas pipeline in Alaska, among the largest in the world, where Japan, South Korea, and other nations want to be our partner with investments of trillions of dollars each. There's never been anything like that one. It will be truly spectacular. It's all set to go. The permitting is gotten. And later this week, I will also take historic action to dramatically expand production of critical minerals and rare earths here in the USA. To further combat inflation, we will not only be reducing the cost of energy, but will be ending the flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars. And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps.
Yeah, you will be hearing about it when it comes to fire your friends and relatives.
Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
Do you know what they're doing, chat? They're trying to take out the job loss from Doge, the job loss from the illegal firings, they're trying to take that out of the GDP so they don't have to admit how much they're fucking killing the economy. I saw somebody say earlier about Hitler being elected. I think you mean appointed by...
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe.
by Hindenburg.
They just don't want to admit that. Just listen to some of the appalling waste.
He did do a coup, so whoever said that earlier was right, but that was an unsuccessful coup called the beer hall push. Just want to make sure we're correcting our history in chat.
Illegal aliens. $45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $40 million to improve
Okay, so he's talking about
of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is.
common sense presidency.
To promote LGBTQI+.
He's dumb as shit, and he thinks you're even dumber.
Of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of. $60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America. $60 million. $8 million for making mice trans.
And how much money to Elon Musk?
This is real.
How many billions of dollars have been transferred to Elon Musk?
In Moldova.
I thought that he was going to stop Elon when there was a conflict of interest, but there's nothing but conflict of interest. He went after the FAA when the FAA is trying to regulate him.
It's a program. $20 million for a program.
He went after the CFPB when the CFPB threatened to regulate his new version of X.
Headed up.
Like he wants to move X into the banking arena.
Just at the last moment, the money was
Conveniently, the CFPB, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, in other words, the actual fraud cops, they're fired.
$1 million consulting contract for lavish fish monitoring. $1.5 million for voter confidence in Liberia. $14 million for social cohesion in Mali. $59 million for illegal alien hotel rooms in New York City. He's a real estate developer. He's done very well.
And how much for tax cuts for the rich? $4 trillion. You realize he's talking about million, this many million, this many million. The tax cuts that he's about to put into place for the billionaires, for the millionaires, are going to cost us $4 trillion. He is distracting. These are weapons of mass distraction.
Comes in Asia. Asia's doing very well with learning. I don't know what we're doing. Should use it ourselves.
Again,
$101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education. The most ever paid. Nothing even like it. Under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse, but I didn't.
And we've got much more expensive scams, like the $4 trillion that we're giving away to millionaires and billionaires. But don't pay attention to that. Pay attention to this trans person. A trans person won a sports event. Look at this. Look at this.
Headed up by Elon, and we appreciate.
Somebody spent money on a play in Argentina. Look at this. Look at this. Don't look at the $4 trillion. Don't look at the fact that I'm canceling your fucking Medicare. All right? Don't look at the fact that I'm starving people by canceling SNAP. Don't look at what I'm definitely don't look at what I'm doing to your Social Security check.
And we've taken back the.
Don't look at the fact that I raised your taxes while I'm lowering Elon Musk's taxes.
Taken back a lot of.
Oh my God, this guy.
Just in time. This is just the beginning. The Government Accountability Office, a federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation, and we are working very hard.
And again, just like the fraud that Hassan was banned for pointing out on Twitch, most of it comes from businesses. You want to talk about fraud? Look at what Elon's doing.
And people that we love rely on.
Yeah, don't talk about seniors when you're about to cut Social Security, you asshole.
Social Security members from.
Oh, he's pretending he's coming in to save Social Security. This is the classic grift. This is the classic grift, right? Instead of raising the cap which would solve all of the Social Security issues,
Ages 110.
he's going to cut your benefits and tell you he's doing something nice for you. They're just coming for your money because they want to give it away to assholes like Elon Musk.
7 million people from ages 120 to 120.
Again, this was debunked.
3.9
This
million people
was a
ages
factor of
120 to 139.
that those computer systems being coded in COBOL,
From ages
where if they don't have a date of birth, it comes back as something in the 1800s, right? So it gives you these weird artifacts where it's like, oh, this person's like 200 years old, right? Well, yeah, because your computer program sucks.
You're going to find it. But a lot of money is paid out to people.
So he uses that then, say, oh, look at this fraud. Like, what he's implying is that the relatives of dead people are still collecting their Social Security. They look for this, and if they find this, they literally claw it back. Like anybody who receives inappropriate Social Security payments has to pay them back.
Security databases.
But he's going to use this to try to cut the Social Security of your grandparents and your parents. And coming up pretty soon, there's not going to be nothing there for you, right? They want to throw you to the wolves. And by the wolves, I mean Wall Street. They want to throw you to the wolves for your retirement. Instead of a program that has paid out every single penny of Social Security to everyone.
1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229.
Again, this is
Person between the age of 240 and 249. And one person is listed at 360 years of age. More than 100.
Occam's razor.
More than 100
Occam's razor.
older than our country.
Is there somebody collecting insurance for a pilgrim? Or is that a computer glitch that your Doge team was too incompetent to figure out or didn't want to figure out?
Defeat inflation, bring down mortgage rates.
He's creating inflation.
and grocery prices.
He's raising grocery prices. He's raising car payments. He's taking money out of your pocket. This guy is like, I'm sorry, he only knows how to lie.
And today, interest rates took a beautiful drop, big, beautiful drop. It's about time. And in the near future, I want to do what has not been done in 24 years, balance the federal budget. We're going to balance it.
Republicans have been bitching about the federal budget since Reagan blew it up. What blew up the budget? Tax cuts. And they've been doing nothing but tax cuts since. Now, the deficit and the debt are not actually that much of a problem. They are things that the United States can handle, but...
Which goes on sale very, very soon. For $5 million,
Oh my...
we will allow the most successful...
Such a hypocrite. Yeah, no immigration for you, all right? No path for immigration for people who actually need to work because the United States fucked up their country. But if you got $5 million, you can buy your way in here.
to pay tax from where they came.
That's the real great replacement.
They've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs. They'll also be taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them in our country instead of having them being forced out. Number one, at the top school, as an example, being forced out and not being allowed to stay and create tremendous numbers of jobs and great success for a company out there. So while we take out the criminals, killers, traffickers, and child predators who are allowed to enter our country under the...
We're going to bring in the pedophiles at $5 million a person. We're going to bring in the creeps. We're going to bring in the oligarchs.
That you've allowed to destroy our country. We will now bring in brilliant, hardworking job creators.
Hardworking millionaires?
A lot of money and
They're the least hardworking people on the face of the earth. Again, I'm sorry, there just aren't enough millionaires to raise money by selling off gold cards at $5 million a pop.
Americans have given us a mandate for bold and profound change. For nearly 100 years, the federal bureaucracy...
You won by 1.5%. That's not a mandate.
...ballooned our deficits and
You
held...
could say Reagan had a mandate.
...in every possible way.
FDR had a mandate.
Founded by pioneers and risk-takers, now drowned...
You even say Nixon had a mandate, but you cannot say that this man had a mandate.
...and debt. Approvals that should take 10 days to get instead take 10 years, 15 years, and even 20 years before you're rejected. Meanwhile, we have hundreds...
Try applying for SSI if you're disabled.
...going up to work.
See how many times you get rejected.
...from this unaccountable bureaucracy, and we will restore true democracy to America again.
Through democracy, through the unitary executive theory, through the executive branch taking power over every other branch of government? That's true democracy? True democracy by passing the most unpopular agenda since Herbert Hoover, maybe worse than Herbert Hoover's?
We are draining the swamp.
You are the swamp.
And the days of rule by unelected
President
bureaucrats
Bush, so peaceful
are
up
over.
here, but now there are freaking communists invading radicals.
Elon Musk, unelected bureaucrats. What the fuck did you call that? Who voted for him? USA.
Next phase of our plan to deliver the greatest economy in history is for this Congress to pass tax cuts
For the wealthy. No, they're going to raise your taxes, chat.
the people on my right. I don't mean the...
I'm trying to remember what the cutoff point was. I think it's $150,000.
Because otherwise, I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office. So I'm doing you a big favor by telling you that. But I know this group is going to be voting for the tax.
They're going to be voting, if they vote for those tax cuts, they're going to be voting for Medicaid cuts, Social Security cuts, SNAP cuts, who knows what else. And they are going to be the ones that are out on their ass in 2026. I can guarantee you it would be hard, even in a normal administration, which this is not, it would be hard for Republicans to retain the House of Representatives in 2026 because they're only ahead by like 3.
I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors.
Yeah, because we won't have Social Security. He takes it. Trump giveth and Trump taketh away. Also, see if hedge fund managers are looking at that no tax on tips thing to see it. Is that what you think of when you think no tax on tips? Or are you thinking of a server in a restaurant?
Tax deductible, but only if the car is made in America. And by the way, we're going to have growth in the auto industry like nobody's ever seen. Plants are opening up all over the place. Deals are being made. Never seen. That's a combination of the election win and tariffs. It's a beautiful word, isn't it? That alone.
It's going to be beautiful when you can't afford groceries.
Allow our auto industry to absolutely boom. It's going to boom. Spoke to the majors today, all 3. The top people in the...
How long do you think it takes to build a $4 billion car factory?
Massive automobile plants in America.
Does it happen quick?
With Honda just announcing a new plant in Indiana, one of the largest anywhere in the world.
Yeah, that'll be ready in 2030.
And this has taken place since our great victory on November 5th, a date which will hopefully go down as one of the most important in the history of our country.
It'll probably be associated with the end of the American project.
In addition, as part of our tax cuts, we want to cut taxes on domestic production and all manufacturing. And just as we did before, we will provide...
Oh, great. So tax cuts for corporations, too. That's what we really need. We need those corporations to get their taxes cut. Your taxes will be raised, though.
We're so successful in our first.
If you're making under 50,000 a year, I can guarantee your taxes will be raised. I forget what the actual
first term.
threshold is, but like,
First term.
you know, the majority of working people are going to have their taxes raised under this asshole.
You don't make your product in America, however, under the Trump administration.
You're going to be paying more for student
in
loans,
some cases, a
more for
relative
groceries.
one. Other countries have used tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to start using them against those other countries. On average, the
Yeah, and how did that work for you? You're in a trade war now.
India,
Every single one of those tariffs that he put in place
and
has got a
charge
has
us
got tariffs
tremendous
coming back. The other nation put tariffs on the United States.
It's very unfair. India charges us auto tariffs higher than 100%. China's average tariff on our products is twice what we charge them. And South Korea's average tariff is 4 times higher. Think of that, 4 times higher.
Yeah, and those tariffs are going to go up because you started a fucking trade war, bro.
The other ways to South Korea, but that's what
He did this before, and he lost. He lost a trade war to China.
The system is not fair to the United States. And
What do you call it when somebody tries something, it doesn't work, and they try it again?
to make it
The
April,
definition of...
but I didn't want to be accused of April Fool's Day. That's not, just one day cost us a lot of money. But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person. April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in. And whatever they tariff us, other countries,
God damn, where does this go? Where does this go? Oh yeah, well, you tariffed me back, I'll tariff you back again.
tax us. We will tax them. If they do non-monetary tariffs to keep us out of their market, then we will do non-monetary barriers to keep them out of our market. There's a lot of that, too. They don't even allow us in their market. We will take in trillions.
And the American people will be
Jobs like we have never seen before. I did it with China, and I did it with
collateral damage.
Biden administration couldn't do anything about it because there was so much money they couldn't do anything about it. We have been ripped off for decades by nearly every country on earth, and we will not let that happen.
The United States, the richest nation in the world, has been ripped off, right? We're not exploiting the rest of the world, chat. They're ripping us off.
Over the last 3 months about Mexico and Canada, but we have very large deficits with both of them, but even more.
You just signed a trade deal in your first administration.
Never seen before, killing
You said you would take down NAFTA, and then you replaced it with more NAFTA.
very young, beautiful people, destroying families.
Like, if he's got a problem with the trade arrangement between Mexico, Canada, and the United States, he's got one dude to blame, and it's not Biden.
Subsidies to Canada and to Mexico of hundreds of billions of dollars, and the United States will not be doing that any longer. We're not going to do it any longer.
Well, that's awesome, Narwhal.
Thanks to our America First policies we're putting into place, we have had $1.7 trillion of new investment in America in just the past few weeks. The combination of the election and our economic policies that people of SoftBank, one of the most brilliant anywhere in the world, announced a $200 billion investment. OpenAI and Oracle, Larry Ellison, announced $500 billion investment, which they wouldn't have done if Kamala had won. Apple announced $500 billion investment. Tim Cook called me.
Tim Apple.
Cannot spend it fast enough. It's going to be much higher than that, I believe. They'll be building their plants here instead of in China. And just yesterday, Taiwan Semiconductor, the biggest in the world, most powerful in the world, has a tremendous amount, 97% of the market, announced a $165 billion investment to build the most powerful chips on earth right here in the USA.
Chat, this guy's foreign policy is making it more likely that Taiwan is going to be
And we're not giving them any money. Your CHIPS Act
is going to be part of China in not too long of a time. When you set precedent for stuff like this, when you threaten to invade Greenland and Panama and all these other places, when you allow Russia to come in and take Ukraine, you're setting up a world where people just take what they want. And guess where Taiwan is? It's right next to China.
We don't have to give them
So that'll be great to have that one plant in the United States.
And they will come because they won't have to pay tariffs if they build in America. So it's very amazing. You should get rid of the CHIP Act and whatever's left.
Get rid of the CHIP Act. So that was an act that actually promoted building of these chips, which are very important strategically, economically, otherwise, right? One of the most important things in the world that's built, right? The CHIP Act was trying to get more of those built in the United States, and he's
Our new trade policy
getting rid of it.
will be great for the American farmer. I love the farmer.
You fucked the farmer.
Who will now be
You screwed the farmer.
into our home market, the USA, because nobody.
You lost all that money that you got from those tariffs last time through having to subsidize the farmer to keep them fucking viable. You're fucking the farmers in so many ways. USAID,
Bad position in so many different.
SNAP,
ways. They're uninspected.
tariffs, right? These are all policies which fuck the farmer.
They come in and they pour in, and they hurt our American farmers. The tariffs will go on agricultural product coming into America, and our farmers.
And they'll cause tariffs to be placed in
Maybe
response.
a little bit of an adjustment period.
There may be a little bit. There we go. There we go.
The deal with China, $50 billion of purchases, and I said, just bear with me, and they did. They did. Probably have to bear with me again, and this will be even better.
So he's admitting that he's gonna fuck over the farmers.
Biden didn't enforce it. He didn't enforce it. $50 billion of purchases, and we were doing great, but Biden did not enforce it, and it hurt our farmers. But our farmers are going to have a field day right now. So to all,
Get it? Farmers Field Day?
have a lot of fun.
What a funny man.
I love you.
Have a lot of fun.
It's all going to happen.
You'll have his love, even if you are out of business, right? You'll have his love. As you're not able to sell it, as your products are rotting in the fucking docks.
Foreign, foreign, aluminum, copper, lumber, and steel, because if we don't have, as an example, steel and lots of other things, we don't have a military, and frankly, we just won't have a country very long. Here today is a proud American steelworker, fantastic person from Decatur, Alabama, Jeff Denard. Has been working at the same steel plant for
Jeff
27
Denard.
years in a job that has allowed him to
How do you feel about leopards eating your face? How do you feel about that?
children with his beautiful wife Nicole, and over the years provide a loving home for more than 40 foster children. So great, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Stories like Jeff's remind us that tariffs are not just about protecting American jobs. They're about protecting the soul of our country. Tariffs are about making America rich again.
We don't want those foreigners polluting our blood, right? So we got to protect the soul, or our soul.
A little disturbance.
A little disturbance. He's saying right here, he's going to cause a recession, chat. The Trump session is already starting from the indicators.
Biden took us very low, the lowest we've ever been. Jeff, I want to thank you very much. And I also want to recognize another person who has devoted herself to foster care community. She works so hard on it. A very loving person, our magnificent First Lady of the United States.
So it's okay to be an undocumented immigrant when you're the Trump's wife, right? It's okay to be an undocumented immigrant when you're Elon Musk. But it's okay. In the future, he can buy gold cards for those people. He can bring all of white South Africa over.
As they enter the workforce.
Because we don't have enough white South Africans in the United States, chat. Peter Thiel, Elon Musk.
Haley Ferguson.
Who's the other guy?
Benefited from the First Lady's fostering the future initiative,
Sachs.
and is poised to complete her education and become a teacher and Elliston Berry, who became
Free Melania.
of an illicit deep-fake image produced by a peer. With Elliston's help, the Senate just passed the Take It Down Act, and this is so important. Thank you very much, John. John Thune, thank you. Stand up, John. Thank you, John.
Mark Gold says, is there a wide stream today? There will be. After this, we're gonna all raid into the wide stream.
Thank you. And thank you to John Thune and the Senate. Great job. To criminalize the publication of such images online is terrible, terrible thing. And once it passes the House, I look forward to signing that bill into law. Thank you. And I'm going to use that bill for myself, too, if you don't mind. Because nobody gets treated worse than I do online. Nobody.
Wait. What is he talking about?
That's great. Thank you very much.
I'm going to need to look this up, because that sounds bad.
But if we truly care about
I'm going to use that bill for...
children, no step is more crucial than securing America's borders. Over the past 4 years, 21 million people poured into the United States. Many of them were murderers, human traffickers.
No, less of them than American citizens. Undocumented immigrants have a lower crime rate than citizens like myself, right? I'm more likely to be dangerous than somebody that's coming up here, you know, to work and send money back to their home, and they just want to keep a low profile and not get taken away by ICE, right? That's the least that's the person you should be least concerned about. But he's got to find his Laken Rileys and try to blow this issue up into being more than it actually is.
And Christy, I want to thank you and Paul of Border Patrol. I want to thank you. What a job they've all done. Everybody, Border Patrol, ICE, law enforcement in general is incredible. We have to take care of our law enforcement. Have to. Last year, a brilliant 22-year-old nursing student named
Laken Riley,
the best in her class,
Laken Riley,
admired by everybody, went out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia. That morning, Laken was viciously attacked, assaulted, beaten, brutalized, and horrifically murdered. Laken was stolen from us by a savage illegal alien gang member who was arrested while trespassing across Biden's open southern border and then set loose into the United States under the heartless policies of that failed administration. It was indeed a failed administration. He had then been arrested and released in a Democrat-run sanctuary city, a disaster, before ending the life of this beautiful young angel. With us this evening are Laken's beloved mother, Allison, and her sister, Lauren.
Earthkeeper saw that an 80K truck today went up 20 to 100K. Yeah, automatic increase from tariffs. That's how quick it is. Why? Kai Renton, read some history. Look up South Africa. Look up apartheid and ask yourself why white people in South Africa, although they make up a small percentage of the population, control like 90% of the wealth. And then maybe you'll have your answer. And then you'll realize that 90% of what this asshole does is done for one reason only, and that's fucking racism.
Public safety. It's a very strong, powerful act. It's called the Laken-Riley Act.
So this is the act that, if I'm not mistaken...
Never forget our beautiful Laken Hope Riley.
What? I'm trying to remember the ramifications of this act, but it's pretty fucking grave. And it's gonna end up hurting innocent people.
Thank you very much. Since taking office, my administration has launched the most sweeping border and immigration crackdown in American history, and we quickly achieved the lowest numbers of illegal border crossers ever recorded. Thank you.
Yeah, Laken-Riley Act will require the detention of unauthorized immigrants accused of violent theft theft and violent crimes.
We needed new legislation. We must have legislation.
So, chat, it's not about if you're convicted. It's about if you're accused.
Was a new president. Thank you. Joe Biden didn't just open our borders, he flew illegal aliens over them to overwhelm our schools, hospitals, and communities throughout the country.
I'm sorry, that was the governor of Texas and the governor of Florida who flew
Of the migrant occupation and corruption.
people from states which were getting money
Beautiful
to
town.
deal with them into states that were not.
Just as I promised in my inaugural address, we are achieving the great liberation of America. But there still is much work to be done. Here tonight is a woman I have gotten to know, Alexis Nungari from Houston. Wonderful woman. Last June, Alexis's 12-year-old daughter, her precious Jocelyn, walked to a nearby convenience store. She was kidnapped, tied up, assaulted for 2 hours under a bridge, and horrifically murdered.
Target announced their prices will raise due to the tariffs.
Two illegal alien monsters from Venezuela released into America by the...
Oh yeah, there's lots of towns, Catergator, like Springfield, that benefited a lot from, that were reinvigorated by immigration.
Mother and family touched our entire nation greatly. Alexis, I promised that we would always remember your daughter, your magnificent daughter, and earlier tonight I signed an order keeping my word to you. One thing I have learned about Jocelyn is that she loved animals so much. She loved nature. Across Galveston Bay, from where Jocelyn lived in Houston, you will find a magnificent national wildlife refuge, a pristine, peaceful, 34,000-acre sanctuary for all of God's creatures on the edge of the Gulf of America. Alexis, moments ago, I formally renamed that refuge in loving memory of your beautiful daughter, Jocelyn. So, Mr. Vice President, if you would, may I have the order? Thank you very much. All three savages charged with Jocelyn and Laken's murders were members of the Venezuelan prison gang, the toughest gang, they say, in the world, known as
He's got to have his boogeymen. He's got to have something to scare you with, right? So he can rob you fucking blind. So he can cut taxes, $4 trillion of taxes for billionaires and millionaires, while he raises taxes on you. That's the only way. That's the only way that he can fuck you over like that. If he distracts you with transgender people and these and savages coming across our border.
Category as ISIS, and that's not good for them. Countless thousands of these terrorists were welcomed into the U.S. by the Biden administration. But now every last one will be rounded up and forcibly removed from our country, or, if they're too dangerous, put in jails, standing trial in this country, because we don't want them to come back ever. With us this evening is...
Yeah, it is kind of weird, him saying that he wants to take people that have committed violent crimes and just send them back to their country, right? You'd think that United States law, if somebody's accused of a crime, you'd think that the United States law enforcement could take care of that.
In January, Roberto and another agent were patrolling by the Rio Grande near an area known as Cartel Island. Doesn't sound too nice to me. When heavily armed gunmen started shooting at them.
You know what's not nice? Is the United States enabling cartels, which they have been doing, using cartels.
To seek safety, just barely. I have some of the prints of that event, and it was not good. Agent Ortiz, we salute you for your great courage and for your line of fire that you took and for the bravery that you showed. We honor you, and we will always honor you. Thank you, Roberto, very much. Thank you, Roberto. And I actually got to know him on my many calls to the border. He's a great gentleman. The territory to the immediate south of our border is now dominated entirely by criminal cartels that murder, rape, torture, and exercise total control. They have total control over a whole nation, posing a grave threat to our national security. The cartels are waging war on
George Santos is your goat, Narwhal?
America to wage war on the cartels, which we are doing. Five nights ago,
Five Nights at Freddy's.
because of our
Animatronic animals
policies,
walking around
think of
at a children's restaurant,
to us,
attacking the security guards.
cartel leaders in their
They're
country.
part of Tren de Aragua, folks. These animatronics. These animatronic creatures. The bite of 87, folks.
But we need Mexico and Canada to do much more than they've done, and they have to stop the fentanyl and drugs pouring into the USA. They're going to stop it. I have sent Congress a detailed funding
William Afton,
exactly how we will
the
eliminate,
purple guy.
protect our homeland, and complete the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than current record holder President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a moderate man, but someone who believes
Chat,
strongly.
do you know what the operation that Eisenhower enacted, sending,
Without delay, so I can
deporting, I believe, even citizens of the United States that were were of Mexican origin? The operation was named,
Thank you very much.
I can't say it
Get it to him
because it's a slur.
fast. You won't even believe it.
It's a slur implying that someone has a sweaty back from manual labor, right? I can't say the word. It was literally Operation Ethnic Slur. That's what he's bragging about. That's what he's emulating.
Sovereignty. We must also bring back law and order to our cities and towns.
Like, this guy wants to reinstitute, and I kid you not, chat, the
In recent years,
operation he's talking about is Operation WET
down by radical
back, right? It's literally a slur.
Many jurisdictions virtually ceased enforcing the law against dangerous repeat offenders while weaponizing law enforcement against political opponents like me. My administration has acted swiftly and
against
decisively
corrupt
to
traitors.
fair, equal, and impartial justice under the Constitution.
Is that why you're letting out criminals like Mayor Eric Adams? Is that why you released the J6ers?
Cash, wherever you may be, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, his administration is full of criminals.
Good luck. So important. Going to do a great job. Cash, thank you. Thank you, Cash.
Okay, chat. I was predicting fireworks for tonight, but this stream is this speech is kind of boring. Yeah, Epstein files. The people in the chat for AP are asking, what about the Epstein files?
Dearly deserved. They have to get it. They have such a hard, dangerous job, but we're going to make it less dangerous. The problem is the bad guys don't respect the law, but they're starting to respect it, and they soon will respect it. This also includes our great fire departments throughout the country. Our firemen and women are unbelievable people, and we'll never forget them. And besides that, they voted for.
Here we go again. Get ready, mods. Hopefully my settings are making it a little easier for you to mod tonight. Yeah, he's a felon. Multiple felon.
31-year-old New York police.
He is Hannibal Lecter.
Unbelievably wonderful person and a great officer. Was gunned down at a traffic stop on Long Island. I went to his funeral. The vicious criminal charged with his murder had 21 prior arrests, and they were rough arrests, too. He was a real bad one. The thug in the seat next to him had 14 prior arrests and went by the name of Killer. He was Killer. He killed other people, they say, a lot of them. I attended officers.
Isn't there a killer in Half-Baked?
When I met his wife and one-year-old son, Ryan, it was very inspirational, actually. His widow's name is Stephanie, and she is here tonight. Stephanie, thank you very much, Stephanie. Thank you very much.
First of all, to understand what happened to Killer, you got to understand who Killer the dog was. Now, Killer was born to a three-legged bitch of a mother, and he was always ashamed of this man. And then right after that, he's adopted by this man, Tito Leibowitz.
And we're going to get these cold-blooded killers and repeat offenders off our streets, and we're going to do it fast. Got to stop it.
He was a small-time gun runner and a Rottweiler fight promoter, so he puts Killer into training. Next thing you know, Killer's good. He's damn good. But then he had the fight of his life. They pit him against his brother, Nibbles. And then Killer said, no, man, that's my brother. I can't fight Nibbles. And they made him fight anyway. And then Killer killed Nibbles. And Killer said, that's it. And he called off all his fights. And he started doing crack. And he freaked out. And then in a rage, he collapsed. And his heart no longer beat. Wow.
I'm also asking for a new crime bill getting tough on repeat offenders, while enhancing protections for America's police officers so they can do their jobs without fear of their lives being totally destroyed. They don't want to be killed.
He wants to bring back police brutality, right? He wants to bring back extrajudicial murders like George Floyd's murder.
Truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
Oh, that's some sick shit right there. What do they got? Cub Scouts for pigs now? What is that shit? That poor kid. That's the face of indoctrination, chat.
But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
This fucking exploitation.
Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer, actually a number of times. The police love him, the police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
And given that this is a Trump official, what are you indoctrinating him into being a dirty cop? All right, chat. So this travesty of a speech has gone on for more than an hour now.
Thank you, DJ. DJ's doctors believe his cancer likely came from a chemical he was exposed to when he was younger.
But don't worry, folks. We're shutting down the EPA. We're shutting down the EPA, so there'll be more kids with cancer. That's a weird thing to... Yeah, reversing this trend. Who's going to do it? RFK? Yeah, there we go. RFK. We're going to give these kids methylene blue. We're going to give these kids colloidal silver. They did finally make RFK say something about the measles vaccine, right? But it was like pulling teeth. And the first thing he said is like, you know, just take vitamin A.
With the name Kennedy, you would have thought everybody over here would have been cheering. How quickly they forget. Our goal is to get toxins out of our environment.
I'm sorry, but there's a lot of corrupt Kennedys too, right?
Keep our children healthy and strong. As an example...
And that's a great example of one. That guy's a fucking... That guy's a predator. RFK Jr. is a fucking sex predator.
1 in 10,000, and now it's 1 in 36. There's something wrong. 1 in 36.
Oh, geez. But shutting down the EPA will definitely help that. We're going to find out.
Bobby and all of the people that are working with you, you have the best to figure out what is going on. Okay, Bobby?
It's weird how they're going to walk this balance, right? Of the Make America Healthy agenda and at the same time the anti-environmental agenda. Because if there's a rise in, you know, cancers and stuff like that, it's very likely due to environmental pollutants.
Protect our children from toxic ideologies in our schools. A few years ago, January, Littlejohn and her husband discovered that their daughter's school had secretly, socially transitioned their 13-year-old little girl. Teachers and administrators conspired to deceive January and her husband.
So in other words, they were abusing their kid.
And pronouns.
And the kid came to the teacher to say, hey, I think I might be trans. And the teacher was like, that's okay. I'll call you the pronouns you want. That's what he's talking about.
Child abuse, January.
No, the child abuse was done by their parents. Look at that. The face of child abuse right there.
Thank you.
Fucking monster.
Like this are why shortly
Chat, if you're a kid and you can't talk to your parents about something like, you know, gender, you're in a bad situation. And the fact that the school, you know, that the teacher was willing to make space for that person to at least be, you know, respected as a human being at school.
Taxpayer funding to any institution that engages in the sexual mutilation of our youth.
Any school that engages in sexual mutilation. This is, okay, he's still on this shit. He thinks that kids are getting
And now
bottom surgery in the nurse's office. He's so full of shit.
sex changes on children and forever ending the lie that any child is trapped in the wrong body. This is a big lie.
Okay, so we're enabling more child abuse.
And our message
We're enabling more.
America is that you are perfect exactly the way God made you.
Trump is trying to expand that 41%. That's what these policies do.
Because we're getting wokeness out of our schools and out of our military, and it's already out, and it's out of our society. We don't want it. Wokeness is trouble. Wokeness is bad. It's gone. It's gone. And we feel so much better for it, don't we? Don't we feel better? Our service members won't be activists, and
I could have bought eggs. Wait, what is this person saying?
they will fight.
I could have bought eggs for this. Oh, for the $20 that they donated.
Secretary of Defense, congratulations.
But you won't be buying eggs in Trump's America. But don't worry, he'll keep you distracted with plenty of trans people and immigrants and other boogeymen and women.
But now there are freaking communist invading radicals.
I am pleased to report that in January, the U.S. Army had its single best recruiting month in
Because it was
15
so
years,
peaceful up
and
here.
that all
But now
armed
there are
services
freaking
are having
communist
among
invading
the best
radicals.
recruiting results ever in the history of our service.
That's right, chat. They wanted to go into the U.S. Army, all right? But they wouldn't because they were afraid of transgenders. And now that they banned trans people, now that they banned transgenders from the Army, now they're all signing up. That was it. That was the barrier. That was the barrier. They were like, I would go in the Army, but it's kind of woke, don't you think? I'm afraid they'll make me wear a rainbow on my uniform. I was going to go in the Army, but
It's really a beautiful thing.
there's too much wokeness.
People love our country again. It's very simple. They love our country, and they love being in our military again. So it's a great thing, and thank you very much. Great job. Thank you.
All right. Anything else, Trump? Anything else? Again, chat, stick around after the speech. We're going to be talking about Hassan's unban.
Join tonight
We're going to be looking at Sam Cedar responding to Benny Johnson and more.
of that Call of Duty. Jason's father,
If only this man will shut the fuck up.
wore the uniform. Jason tragically lost his dad, who was also a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy when he was just a boy, and now he wants to carry on the family legacy of service. Jason is a senior in high school, a six-letter
I gotta ask.
athlete, a really good athlete, they say. A
How
brilliant
long
student with a
to
4.46, that's good, GPA. And his greatest dream is to attend the U.S. Military Academy at West Point.
State of the Union speeches usually last a little over an hour. Mostly because of the great amount of applause. All right, let's look at these lengths of the State of the Union. LBJ, 50 minutes, 40 minutes, 47 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour and 11 minutes, 50 minutes, 43 minutes. Richard Nixon, average of 35 minutes. God damn, if we could only have Nixon back.
That your application has been accepted. You will soon be joining the Corps of Cadets.
Gerald Ford averaged 45 minutes and 31 seconds. Jimmy Carter averaged 36 minutes and 53 seconds. Ronald Reagan averaged 40 minutes. Old as fuck. Probably too old to be president, but did not speak for even longer than 46 minutes was his longest in 1983. George W. Bush averaged 45 minutes. William Jefferson Clinton averaged, okay, so Clinton sucks, right? 1 hour and 14 minutes is his average.
Jason, you're going to be on the long gray line, Jason.
He had January 24th
My focus
of 1995,
is powerful military.
1 hour, 24 minutes, 58
I'm asking Congress to fund a state-of-the-art Golden Dome missile defense shield to protect our homeland.
George W. Bush, average spoken time at State of the Unions, 52 minutes. This includes the first year, right? This includes like this speech, right? Barack Obama, average 1 hour. God, Obama, it's yapper in chief.
Wasn't there, not even close, but now we have the technology.
Donald Trump, average 1 hour and 20 minutes.
They have it. Israel has it.
What is up with these octogenarians and their long-ass speeches?
They should have it too, right?
Biden averaged 1 hour and 7 minutes.
So I want to thank you, but it's a very, very important. This is a
Chat, he's breaking his record.
We should have it. We want to be protected, and we're going to protect our citizens like never before. To boost our defense industrial base, we are also going to resurrect the American shipbuilding industry, including commercial shipbuilding and military shipbuilding.
When did the speech start?
And for that purpose, I am announcing tonight that we will create a new Office of Shipbuilding in the White House and offer special tax incentives to bring this industry home to America where it belongs. We used to make so many ships. We don't make them anymore very much, but we're going to make them very fast, very soon. It will have a huge impact. To further enhance our national security, my administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal, and we've already started doing it.
No foreign wars, though. Remember, Trump's the peace candidate. Except when it comes to bullying smaller countries.
Announced they are buying both ports around the Panama Canal.
Okay, so chat, we're at about 1 hour and 20 minutes already.
And a couple of other canals.
He's going to set a record, I swear to God.
Americans for Americans, not for others, but others could.
Wait a minute.
But it was built at tremendous cost of American blood.
Wait, who actually built the Panama?
38,000 workers died building the Panama Canal.
I don't think we're talking about American workers necessarily. Who built the Panama Canal?
They paid them very highly to go there, knowing there was a 25% chance that they would die. The most expensive project also.
The French began the project. I just want to know, like, the workers.
Bring it up to modern day costs. It was given away by the Carter administration for $1. But that agreement has been violated very severely. We didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
So I think China's built some infrastructure on the Pacific side of the canal, is what he's talking about. They're not taking it over. He's full of shit here.
And we have Marco Rubio in charge. Good luck, Marco. Now, we know who to blame if anything goes wrong. Marco's been amazing, and he's going to do a great job. Think of it. He
got the fear of God in him. Like Trump's letting him know. I'll throw you right under the bus, little Marco. Don't think I've forgotten.
This gentleman,
you ran against me.
Very certain. So let's assume he got 100 votes. And I'm either very, very happy about that or I'm very concerned about it. But he's already proven. I mean, he's a great gentleman. He's respected by everybody, and we appreciate you voting for Marco.
Workers
he's gonna do a fantastic job.
that
Thank you.
built
Thank you.
the Panama
He's doing a
Canal.
Great job.
Largest group of workers coming from Barbados, Jamaica, Grenada, Martinique, and Trinidad. That's who built the Panama Canal, chat.
Determine your own future. And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for...
Americans worked as engineers, doctors, nurses, machinists, carpenters, steam shovel engineers, whereas the actual people who did the manual labors were from the West Indies.
We're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it.
Digging, clearing land, building the Gatun Dam and the Miraflores Lock.
We will take Greenland to heights like you have never thought.
Oh my God.
It's a very small population, but very, very large piece of land.
And very, very much don't want to become a part of the United States of America.
America is once again standing strong against the forces of radical Islamic terrorism. 3.5 years ago,
All those radical Islamic terrorists who are trying to take over Greenland.
and countless others in the Abbey Gate bombing during the disastrous and incompetent withdrawal from Afghanistan. Not that they were withdrawing.
Who was making deals with the Taliban?
Perhaps the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country.
Who lost more troops than Biden? Oh, it was you.
We have just
Who said that he was going to take us out of Afghanistan and failed to do that? It was you.
atrocity. And he is right now on his way here to face the swift sword of American justice.
Chat, this may be a record yap for a president during the State of the Union. I don't know if anybody's yapped longer.
Especially the government of Pakistan for helping.
He's approaching an hour and 30. No.
This was a very momentous day.
Bill Clinton actually.
Who I actually got to know very well.
Bill Clinton in 2000 yapped for 1 hour 28 minutes. He's gonna beat that record.
Over 42 people.
Is there any?
So badly injured on that fateful
Because it
day
was
in
so
Afghanistan.
peaceful
What
up
a
here,
horrible
but now
day.
there are freaking communists invading
Such incompetence
radicals.
was shown that when Putin saw what happened, I guess he said, wow, maybe this is my chance. That's how bad it was. Should have never happened. Grossly incompetent people. I spoke to
Chat,
many of
I believe we have a new record tonight.
these and loved ones, and they're all in our hearts tonight. Just spoke to them on the phone. We had a big call. Every one of them called, and everybody was on the line, and they did nothing but cry with happiness. They were very happy, as happy as you can be under those circumstances. Their child, brother, sister, son, daughter was killed for no reason whatsoever. In the Middle East, we're bringing back our hostages from Gaza. In my first term, we achieved one of the most groundbreaking peace agreements in generations, the Abraham Accords.
That's what caused October 7th, by the way. Abraham Accords. That giving Israel the Golan Heights, moving the embassy to East Jerusalem, right? Trump contributed to the factors that led up to October 7th. Like, he's fucking bragging about the Abraham Accords, which actually destabilized Gaza.
The entire region. A lot of things are happening in the Middle East. People have been talking about that so much lately.
They did negotiations about Gaza without Gaza.
Middle East. It's a rough neighborhood, actually. I'm also
Shut up.
to end the savage conflict in Ukraine. Millions of Ukrainians and Russians have been needlessly killed or wounded in this horrific and brutal conflict with no end in sight. The United States has sent hundreds of billions of dollars to support.
We got to blame Zelensky. It's all Zelensky's fault that Putin invaded. It's Zelensky and it's Biden. Oh my God, chat. I'm sorry this is lasting so long. Apologies for anybody in chat who's bored. I promise. There will be a full screen, Simone. There will be a full screen as soon as this guy's done yapping. We're going to move to full screen, okay? Bro is sundowning. I'm sundowning. This guy, like, I'm up late, chat. No. Trademark losing steam. End of stream. End of speech. Trump. Yeah. Let's hope it's the end of his speech.
They're Russian young.
He's got the record though.
Young people. They're not Americans, but I want it to stop. Meanwhile, Europe has sadly spent more money.
I love it when a reptile like Donald Trump feigns compassion, pretends to be a human being.
They've spent more buying Russian oil and gas than they have defending. And they've
spent more defending than we have. They spent more.
Taking candy from a baby. That's what happened. And
the United States sent its old equipment to Ukraine more than anything else.
An ocean separating us, and they don't. But we're getting along very well with them, and lots of good things are happening. Biden has
lots of good things like that shit show in the Oval Office, right?
Europe has spent by billions and billions of dollars. It's hard to believe that they wouldn't have stopped it and said at some point, come on, let's equalize. You got to be equal to us.
Why is inflation up? The chat is asking. Good question.
Received an important letter from President Zelensky of Ukraine.
They're asking for a stimmy. Oh my God, they want the opposite economic policies in the AP chat than what Trump is offering here.
Nobody wants peace more than the Ukrainians, he said. My team and I stand ready to work under President Trump's strong leadership to get a peace that lasts. We do really value how much America has done to help Ukraine maintain its sovereignty and independence. Regarding the agreement on minerals and security, Ukraine is ready to sign it at any time that is convenient for you. I appreciate that he sent this letter, just got it a little while ago. Simultaneously, we've had serious...
Yeah, Zelensky's kind of...
and have received strong signals that they are ready for peace.
He's in a bad place, but yeah, he ended up apologizing to Trump over this shit. Zelensky apologized to Trump. We are living in a world that is upside down as the world of Alice in Wonderland, as backwards as anything.
It's time to stop this madness. It's time to halt the killing. It's time to end the senseless war. If you want to end wars, you have to talk to both sides. Nearly 4 years ago, amid rising...
Says the guy that talked to Putin without Ukraine being present.
And sentenced to 14 years in a penal colony.
Like, you want to talk to both sides? You didn't do that in the Abraham Accords. That's what I was telling you, Chad, about the Abraham Accords. He literally circumvented Gaza. Like, the negotiations about Gaza did not include Gaza.
That we would bring her...
If you really mean you got to talk to both sides, Trump, you'd be talking to Hamas. But you don't know what that... You'd be like, what, the hummus? The hummus? They want me to talk to the hummus? Who do they think I am, Obama? All right, bro, you broke the record. Go to bed, Trump. Go to bed. Go to sleep. And by go to sleep, I mean keep tweeting until 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, he's broken the record, chat. He beat Bill Clinton's record. Congratulations. Don't say I never give Trump credit, because I'm giving him credit right now. This is the longest State of the Union speech, possibly the greatest density of lies.
To Mark and his great mom, we are...
And we've had some presidents that like to lie.
And with us, as fate would have it, Mark Fogel was born in a small rural town in Butler, Pennsylvania. Have you heard of it? Where his mother has lived for the past 78 years. I just happened to go there last July 13th for a rally. That was not pleasant.
Your ear looks really... I love how your ear healed up. Isn't that amazing, chat? You can't even tell. You can't even tell that his ear got destroyed by a bullet.
And I told her I would not forget what she said about her son. And I never did I? Never forgot. Less than 10 minutes later, at that same rally, gunfire rang out, and a sick and deranged assassin unloaded 8 bullets.
A Republican assassin.
Into a crowd of many thousands of people. My life was saved by a fraction of an inch, but some were not so lucky.
Now, chat, when that happened, I tried to tamp down any sort of conspiracy theories about that. But the more I think about that situation, that was some weird shit that happened that day. I gotta say,
instantly what it was and what to do. He threw himself on top of his wife and daughters and shielded them from the bullets with his own body. Corey was hit really hard. You know the story from there. He sacrificed his life to save theirs. 2 others.
It'd be really ironic if there was something funny going on that day. If there was more to the story than what we know.
Country doctors. We thought they were gone and they were saved. So those doctors had great talent. We're joined by Corey's wife, Helen, who was his high school sweetheart, and their two beloved daughters, Allison and Kaylee. Thank you.
Record-breaking ramble. Record-breaking bullshit. He's more of a bullshitter than Bill Clinton, chat. That's kind of amazing. Bill Clinton held the yapping record for president at a State of the Union speech, or this isn't technically a State of the Union, but it's kind of serving the same function.
To Helen, Allison, and Kaylee, Corey is looking down on his three beautiful ladies right now, and he is cheering you on. He loves you. He is cheering you on. Corey was taken from us much too soon, but his destiny was to leave us all with a shining example of the selfless devotion of a true American patriot. It was love like Corey's that built our country, and it's love like Corey's that is going to make our country more majestic than ever before. I believe that my life was saved that day in Butler for a very good reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. I believe that.
But it was so peaceful up here, but now there are freaking communists.
Saved by the Eldritch gods. Saved by Cthulhu.
But it was so peaceful up here, but now there are freaking communists invading radicals.
Yeah, see how empty the left side is? That's not actually because there's less Democrats. That's it's because a lot of them are not here.
To the heroes of Gettysburg and Normandy.
We saw somebody getting kicked out earlier.
To the trailblazers who climbed the Rockies, and from the legends who soared at Kitty Hawk to the astronauts who touched the moon. Americans have always been the people who defied all arts, transcended all,
Defied all arts?
made the most extraordinary sacrifices, and did whatever it took to defend our children, our country, and our freedom. And as we have seen in this chamber tonight, that same strength, faith, love, and spirit is still alive and thriving in the hearts of the American people. Despite the best efforts of those who would try to censor us, silence us, break us, destroy us, Americans are today a proud, free, sovereign, and independent nation that will always be free, and we will fight for it.
Sounds like the end of a speech. Sounds like can we be done?
Because we are a country of doers.
Oh no, of course not. You got more yapping.
Crossed a vast ocean, strode into the unknown wilderness, and
It was not the unknown wilderness. There was people living there.
a perilous and very dangerous frontier. They chased our destiny across a boundless continent. They built the railroads, laid the highways, and graced the world with American marvels like the Empire State Building, the mighty Hoover Dam, and the towering Golden Gate Bridge. They lit the world with electricity, broke free of the force of gravity, fired up the engines of American industry, vanquished the communists, fascists, and Marxists all over the world, and gave us countless modern wonders sculptured out of iron, glass, and steel. We stand on the shoulders of these pioneers who won and built the modern age. These workers who poured their sweat into the skylines of our cities.
Thank you for the free money, yay hi.
Shed their blood on fields of battle and gave everything they had for our rights and for our
Yeah, bring the hecklers back.
Now it is our time to take up the righteous cause of American liberty.
Yeah, people built train tracks, not forced laborers.
Our own hands, and begin the most thrilling days.
I'm guessing that's sarcastic.
This will be our greatest era. With God's help, over the next 4 years, we are going to lead this nation even higher, and we are going to...
The child's retelling of American history. It's his speechwriters.
And most
Yeah, I mean, if this sounds different than a normal Trump speech.
of this earth. We are going to create the highest quality of life, build the
Yeah, I didn't even see what he said, Ophelia.
healthiest and most vital
But thanks for the $2.
We are going to conquer the vast frontiers of science, and we are going to lead humanity into space and plant the American flag on the planet Mars and even far beyond.
USA! USA! Wait, I thought we were supposed to be on Mars already. Oh, that's right, because Musk always lies. Is Elon there? What are they looking at? They're looking back. Is Elon up there? Did they show Elon?
Of the American spirit, and we are going to renew unlimited promise of the American dream. Every single day we will stand up and we will fight, fight, fight for the country our citizens believe in.
It sounds like he might be done yapping. Let's see how long he's been talking for, chat. He's definitely got the record, right? I checked. Record for, yep, he's beat the record. Clinton was the former record holder. That bastard Bill Clinton one time talked for 1 hour and 28 minutes. This isn't normal, though. I want you to know that if you look at States of the Union, right, the average is like 45 minutes.
The golden age of America has only just begun.
The Gilded Age Part 2.
Like nothing that has ever
Richard Nixon
before.
in 1972. Okay, there we go. There we go. He's got the record. There's no taking that away from him. All right, chat. He's now the record yapper of all American presidents. Now the question is, should we stick around to hear the Democratic response? I'm kind of inclined to say no. Because the person that they're bringing on is not somebody that's gonna really stand up, right? They brought on a milquetoast Democrat, a lukewarm Democrat, a boot-licking Democrat. So I'm not super inclined to hear the Democratic response.
Narwhal_ by super chatted $10. I'm a girl's girl, Irene, but I have to say that Hassan's impersonation of Elon is superior.
I mean,
he really put some stank on it.
Hey, you're right. Hassan's impersonations are always superior. Well, there he goes, chat. The fucking Frankenstein monster, fascist that runs our country. The criminal in charge of the criminal empire of the United States of America. And possibly the last president. Possibly the very last president. I don't know, chat. This whole place stinks of constitutional crisis and corruption. Okay, so like I said, the stream is not over, all right? This part of the stream, I think we're done with. I'm not inclined, like I said, I am not inclined to stick around and see what the weak-willed Democrats have to put up to this guy. Thank you, by the way, Narwhal by Nature. Thank you so much for the generous super chat and for the truth bomb. Look, I'm not... Narwhal's telling it like it is. Hassan's impersonations are generally better than mine. They're made, like, I'm trying to think, is there an exception? I probably do a better Demon Mama than Hassan, but yeah, I can't think of anything else. He does unbearable British accents. Are my British accents better? Maybe my Chud logic is better. What do you think, chat? Do I do a better Chud logic? Anyway, I am game for a drama stream. That's what we got going on. Well, sort of. I mean, it's sort of a Tuesday Newsday stream, but the news is a little bit dramatic, right? Hassan has been unbanned. We're going to see what Hassan has to say. Sam Cedar is going to be responding to Benny Johnson, and we'll just go on from there. I think we got to maybe cover the Amaranth as well. God, this Tuesday Newsday feels a little bit like drama. But look, I gave you an hour and a half of Trump. Okay, what more do you want from me? Listen to the response? Danger Bill wants me to listen to the response. Is it coming up? Oh God, Nancy Mace. Like, they just keep on coming out with worse versions of Lauren Boebert, but with better hair. I gotta say, Nancy Mace's hair is definitely on point compared to Boebert's. They're all sitting there taking selfies at the end of the Republic. At the end of the world, chat. I don't know. How long are they going to take to wheel out the Democrat, do you think? All right, so here's what I'm going to do. In the background, I'm going to enable my YouTube stream and my Twitch stream. So those should now be, hopefully this works, chat. All right, looks like Twitch is streaming now. Is YouTube streaming? Hopefully uh-oh. Works, chat. What am I hearing? Looks like Twitch is streaming now. Is YouTube streaming? Hopefully uh-oh. Works, chat. Chat, that is what do you call that? Is YouTube streaming? Hopefully. Where's that even coming from? Chat, that is what do you call that? Is YouTube streaming? Hopefully. Where's that even coming from? Chat, that is what do you call that? Where's that even coming from? Chat, that is I feel like Sam Cedar right now. Where's that even coming from? Chat, that is I feel like Sam Cedar right now. Oh yeah, looks like the YouTube stream is up. I feel like Sam Cedar right now. But I don't know where I'm hearing this extra stream is up. I feel like Sam Cedar right now. But I don't know where I'm hearing this extra stream is up. Where is this coming from? But I don't know where I'm hearing this extra stream is up. Where is this coming from? But I don't know where I'm hearing this extra stream is up. Where is this coming from? But I don't know where I'm hearing this extra stream is up. Where is this coming from? That's muted. Yeah, everything should be muted. Where is this coming from? That's muted. Yeah, everything should be muted. Well, this is fun, right? That's muted. Yeah, everything should be muted. Well, this is fun, right? All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I am going to give you the link for the new stream. This is fun, right? All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm competing with myself here. Don't worry, I'll fix this. It might just take a second. I'm competing with myself here. Don't worry, I'll fix this. There we go. Take a second. I'm going to give you the link to the new stream. There we go. There's many Irenes, chat. Sometimes there's many of me. Here's the link to the new stream. There's many Irenes, chat. Sometimes there's many of me. Here's the link to the new stream. So hit that. If you don't hit that, there's some chance that you'll get rated in anyway, because I've set it to rate in. I'm rating myself. If you don't hit that, there's some chance that you'll get rated in anyway, because I've set it to rate in. I'm rating the thumbnail up. Chance that you'll get rated in anyway, because I've set it to rate in. I'm rating the thumbnail up. Chance that you'll get rated in anyway. This is amazing. I am trying to imagine where this could possibly be coming from. This is amazing. I am trying to imagine where this could possibly be coming from. This is amazing. But either way, as soon as I end the short stream, we'll probably be done with it. Yeah, they're still doing their milling about. As soon as I end the short stream, we'll probably be done with it. Yeah, they're still doing their milling about. We haven't brought up the Democratic response yet, so... And I'm really not expecting a lot from the Democratic response. Yet, so... And I'm really not expecting a lot from the... Oh, wait, it ended. Cool, wait. Nope, it's back. Yet, so... And I'm really not expecting a lot from the... Oh, wait, it ended. Cool, wait. Nope, it's back. Yet, so... And I'm really not expecting a lot from the... Oh, wait, it ended. Cool, wait. Nope, it's back. So, and I'm really not expecting a lot. Right, we're almost ready. Cool, wait. Nope. So, if you haven't clicked that link already, just know this, that the short stream is going to end. We're going to continue streaming, though. I've got more to talk about tonight. Just know this, that the short stream is going to end. Yeah, you hear 3 NCCs. Hopefully that'll end. That'll also end. I've got more to talk about tonight. I don't even know where this is. Like, I know the phenomenon that's going on. Yeah, Elon Musk hacked my mic. That's it. That's what happened. But yeah, click that link that I've got pinned. Narwhal and BKK are spamming the link. Thank you, Skidmite, Steve. Narwhal and BKK are spamming the link. You've been Elon, straight up AI cyber warfare. They said that they were going to improve, what is it called? Spamming the link. You've been general intelligence, like the level that they're anticipating AI getting to. Anyway. Spamming the link. You've been general like the stream if you haven't already. Hit the link to join us in the full scale stream. We're going to like a regular stream. It's not going to be a short stream. You can join us though. We're going to be talking about Hassan Piker being unbanned. We're going to be talking about Sam Cedar responding to Benny Johnson. And we're probably going to talk about Amaranth too, because we haven't had a chance to do that. There's a bunch of stuff, chat, a bunch of stuff over at the full scale stream. Click the pinned link or click one of the links that the mods are posting in chat, and you can join us over there. But until then, chat, or click one of the links that the mods are posting in chat, and you can join us over there. I can't even imagine where this extra sound is coming from. Oh no. Okay, so the stream's gonna look rough at first, all right? But trust me, as soon as I end, oh no, this stream, I'm gonna raid you in, all right? Here we go. End stream. This stream. Nope, not that stream. Wait, what am I doing? Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. End. Here we go. End stream. This stream. Nope, not that stream. So the question is, did we get